bop, beep bop, boop bop, beep bop, beep boop bop, beep bop, beep bop, boop. I want to spruce this up a bit. I want to spruce it up real good, like. Let's go over here, and let's give this place a little bit more spidazzle, a little bit more sizzle. Now, what sizzle do I want? I want the class block sizzle, because those are cool. And they immediately give us this clear separation, you know. That's what I'm really going for. Part header, don't care, don't care. No block, no monster block. Looks nice, but no item card image. Come on. Description block. Now that I kind of want. I guess I'll just use this and figure out how to work it out a bit. So what was it again? Note block. How do you get... No, it was the description block. Oh, it's one of those. Oh, come on, man! Still, that looks neat. Actually, that might be what I'm looking for. If I don't like the fancy one, I'll just see which one works better. There was a bigger version of this one. Where did that go? Yeah, I think it went away. Because they don't do it anymore. Okay. Am I gonna go one or am I gonna go wide though? Ah, well, let's first throw it in and see which one works better. What if I just go wide? Bet you then it scoots over. No, it just goes away. What does it use for wide? Let's learn. Oh, then it goes space wide. And that's how you convert it. Okay, so that's an easy step to make. So I'm going to take this away. We're going to go from class name. We're going to go to Bizzlebub. And then we're going to move this up. Because this needs to be on top. That's cool. That's something we'll have to look into. I want just about every single thing to be capitalized. Now, since we're in a town, we're not like in a big thing. Let's make the town use the little... How do you do another... Also, I don't think govern is properly written here. Nope. There we go. That's also missing. Boom, boom. I think this doesn't work for towns. Towns just need to sit on their own, I guess. So we'll take this out. This just works on its own. Just spruce this up a bit by doing this primarily, and then doing this, and this, so. I don't like how... I really like how this doesn't have the little indentation, little tab. Oh, what's this? That's unusual. Didn't expect tab. Like, usually I think tab doesn't do anything, but I guess I'm used to actual, like, code editors where tab is just 5 spaces. Was it 5 spaces or was it 4 spaces? It's one of the two. It's not many spaces, at least. So there's another thing I thought about, which is, for one, Como said, you know, there would be more undead, like, density would be higher. So naturally, if density is higher, then we're going to go just double the density. I'd like to imagine that still want some personal space, so they're not going to be too, So first, we're going to do this. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. We'll let the bolding speak for itself, instead of having... Okay, so if we're doubling everything, this goes up to 5.6. We'll put this in. Give this a little bit of makeup so that you can easily find it. Actually, let's make it bold. Because the important part is that people can find it. When you make something like this, you want to make sure that people can find the important information instantaneously. So don't bold always the first part. The first part's not always the part that people care about. So that goes up to 26,000, or 46. No, to 28. I think I'm going to cut down the amount of times. I like to imagine that Undead kind of stick to... No. I mean, Undead don't need anyone. They can just hang out, so... There'd probably be less towns. They'd be more concentrated, but they'd be more... And Undead populations are concentrated. So you got a mixture of both. You got lots of people just living out in their own little neck of the woods, but at the because no one has to rule it. Like there's no need to own arable land, so people are just like, eh. I'm not gonna do anything here because that's just in the way. A lot of internal defenses. Would they need it? How would they redistribute this wealth? Like, if the undead are expert craftsmen, they don't die or need food. Well, I guess they just wouldn't need the gold, would it? Like, they just spend it on extravagant things from abroad. They'd be more into curiosity. They'd be more collectors. Because they're like, I can complete any collection I set for myself because I don't have to worry about it. In order to... It's decimate, right? Jesus, I look this up. I'm looking for the word to distribute. I could go to the thesaurus, I guess. Yes, that's disseminate. Yeah, like I imagine the undead don't work much. Yeah, they wouldn't even have like a stable way to get rid of funds. They just sit on it. There's no way to break. Oh. Well, that's weird. Kind of neat, though. Maybe I'll just merge it all together, then. I'll make this a new page, and it'll all be here. Yeah, let's give it a little more space, so people know what they're looking for. Because this way, I also know what's important. Like, what's important is the bold part. What would be the past of this land? Like this world. Let me get this straight. This world that used to be the world used to be here before the monster king came. So logically speaking, there's a land before the undead. There's a land before the undead came up. What was he before then? Was there already an undead nexus? That's an interesting question to ask. Like someone's gonna ask that question, so I need to answer that question. Let's put at least a page break here. Okay, you just decided to go away, sure. Nexuses. Nexi. Give me the plural, please. Nexuses. I didn't know what nexuses. That's interesting. I learned something today. Yay! That'd be interesting. It was a lawless land. Like, before the Undead came, this was a place no one wanted to go, because the land wasn't that great. And the circumstances of work were just terrible, so people didn't go there. And so no one tried to conquer it, and so no one ever brought any sort of, like, you know, law or order. That's an interesting way for a development to develop. It's the only reason the people there are, like, the Undead just kind of went there and no one stopped them, because there was no one to stop them. Now that says something, doesn't it? Like, they're like, oh, there's more Undead, I guess that just happened. Just kind of shrug. Don't even care. Just kind of go, eh. Guess that's something. Guess that's something that happens. There's more Undead now in the street. Man. What else? Maybe I want to write about something else now. I'm writing a lot about this. I don't know why this decided to page break. Oh no, because it went page break instead of column break. Whoops. Break things? No. They just decided to push it over there, okay. Why though? There's nothing up here. There we go. Okay, now it just looks weird. Okay, we'll do page break. Apparently it just doesn't want to work otherwise. Let's move on. What else ought to talk about? I don't want to write about this, actually. I want to write about someone else. You know what? I think I might do it here. Let's go write about the Misocracy. That's a nice one to talk about. The Magocracy. The land of wizards, where wizards rule. I think I'm going to go for this one. Because this is the divider. Makes us all look pretty hip, pretty modern. Pretty spadazzling. Although, for some reason, it insists on absorbing this, so I guess there has to be something here. Wait, what? Oh. D. Yeah, I don't like this. This makes me so nervous. Okay, we'll put the blurb first, and then we'll put the thing in. So let's plop this in and see how if this works for me. Tirister, or tire steer. Tirister. I said Tirister, because it sounds kind of goofy. Then we'll cut this out, and we'll just make it a double like we did before. Oh, that's the wrong one. Which gives a little bit more spadazzle. Oh. Boop. Boom. Okay. And pop up, and then pop up. Look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? It's got a certain charm to it. Does it, though? I kind of want to make the biggest town a little bit more concentrated. Like, the Magocracy would naturally have an affinity for people being in one place because that's easier to manage. Because if you have magic, you kind of want things to be easy. Like, if you just run a kingdom, it's like whatever you need, wherever you need it. But if you're a Magocracy, you probably either need A less people or B want everyone in one place so that your scrying spells don't have to go all over the place. How would they feel about psionics? about Scions? Like, how would they look at that? Because I always I like Psionics for one reason. One, the mechanics are cool. But second, I like the idea of mind magic, of your mind is doing this. It's not your fancy hand gestures. It's just you have such a powerful control of reality that you can do something with it. That's why I like it. Like, it doesn't have to be its own thing. It can just be magic of a different name. But because I want to use the mechanics. That's why I like Psionics. So we gotta work that one out. So how would they feel? That'd be a nice one. Like, they also hate monks, because monks have key power. Because key power doesn't fit in anywhere. What is key power? What does that have to do with magics? How does it relate to anything? It has to do with your vital powers, but it never comes up at any time. Like, how does it chain up with divine magics? These are questions that go unanswered and allow for neat, interesting ideas. That also, yeah. Yeah, let's put in other classes. Actually, that make a very good, like, just a general header of, like, turn and other magics. How do they feel about different types of magics? We got psionics. We got bardic magic. Then we have divine magic. What other kind of magic do we have? We have sorcerers. I guess. What kind of magocracy are they? Are they? I guess they would be wizards. Like, they collect all this knowledge in a big place. They probably are like buddies with sorcerers because they have to. Yeah, it's like the only reason they like sorcerers is because they kind of need someone to buddy up with. They need a buddy, and it's the only guy that wants to hang out with them. Divine magic is seen as arcane, channeled through lesser beings. What would it be like? If you're a sorcerer, you're like, eh. You're a guy that doesn't fancy swishing maneuvers and you get to get something done. But if you're a straight up divine caster, what are you? Oh, I forgot to put this in the bards. How would they feel about divine magic? Well, they probably like you're just a little child. You're a child lifted up by. So So the way it works is people always go, well, if you don't believe, if you can hate clerics but not hate gods. You can be, you know what, you're a cleric. What you do is nothing. But my divine powers, yes, they come from someone else. You're not powerful. You're nothing. You're an idiot. You're a little dumb shit who goes, Daddy, Daddy, give me some spells, and then Daddy, Daddy throws you some spells. Well, I know how to cast my own spells. Could you imagine, like, that's something no one ever really talks about, but it's something that makes so much sense, is wizards and sorcerers should hate clerics because they get to do all this cool shit, but they don't have to do anything for it. They just have to go, oh God, please send some spells today. Man, that would cause all kinds of problems. So imagine that the way this works is, because bards can cast healing spells and all these weird semi-divine spells on the side, and because they have all this supportive magics that wizards don't have, they're like, okay, the bards are clearly onto something. Like, they can coax divine and arcane energies at once in the same sort of breath. So naturally, they're interested. They're like, the bards are kind of weird, aren't they? Like, what are bards? How do they get access to divine-esque spells? Can you bullshit your way to success? That's a question they ask. Like, that might be something you can do if you're like in that place. That's one of the quests you get is figure this out. So there's no monks. What will replace them? I guess nothing, because monks don't do anything that anyone needs. You already got your magic. What would you care about this? Just buy a scroll or a spell or a wand, and boom. You don't need them. Kind of neat about feather falling is you can do it ahead of time. And then it sort of sticks around till you land. What counts as a landing? If you just jump in the air, does it automatically trigger? And you're like, ah. Would you accelerate? Like, it implies that you go up to a certain speed. So would you accelerate if... So that's the way they put it. Is the reason they hate science has nothing to do with what psionics is. Like, to them, every magic is magic. Everything is arcane. But the psionics, the problem is, you're saying, I need just my mind. Like, with sorcerers, it's like, yes, there's the bloodline, but there's still the arcane essence to it. That sort of justifies it. So there's this strong, that's kind of neat. I like that idea. That's a nice one to put it. Like, they're a meritocracy. If you can do magic, go ahead. Like, you know how everyone's like, why wouldn't the wizard be like the boss of a town? Like, what does the king have that the wizard does not, other than a bunch of guards? Like, the wizard could probably just destroy the whole castle. Well, what if that's just how it goes? Is if you can do that stuff, you become the boss. Which also beg the question. Okay, let's just go work on. I want to work on the. I want to work on a town, like the big town. What would their big town be? Give me a second. I want to turn off the window here, so I can pull up Don Juan without you guys spooking at all my bookmarks. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get to the demographics generator. Let's generate a nice town name. What is a good magely name? Not pretty. No, I want something like Catheld. The capital of Catheld. Of Cathel? No. We live in what was it again? Turster. Tyrster. Zirkakib. No. Beminster. So that's a bit more divine, but I like Beminster. No, that's way too complicated. No, but up. Sounds near magical. Luga. That sounds cool. The pool. That sounds a little too fashionable. I feel. No, too small. No. 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 It's more. Ooh, I like us more. I think I'm gonna go with Beminster. That's a cool name. Smithstead. No. Clinton. Clayton. Neoniningo. Gildazar. I like Gildazar. The capital of Gildazar. Or maybe the town is just called Gildazar of the Sapphire Orb. That's a nice one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. What kind of town is Gildazar? Everyone goes, oh, they're probably a white city. I think I'm going to go with a bit more gray, a little bit more marble. A little bit more marble style. Marble style town. I turn it back on, right? Oh, someone's got something to say to me. Oh, it's because someone noticed that my stream is on. I don't see that myself, but I guess it's true. God, I like how people misunderstand me. I've been thinking about taking some days off soon. I know, I just feel like I need some time to just clear my head and just really take a relaxation. Take a nice deep breath. So Gildazar, the Sapphire Orb. How big is it again? The biggest town is. I think I want to make that a bit higher. I think I want to make that around 100,000. I'd say 106,000. It's a big city, high concentration. So how many? Well, what would that put the population on? Just want to see what the democratic things say about it. What do you end up with? 160,000, 106,000. That's not enough. Especially not, like, I like to mention that because they're meritocracy, they have lots of people watching out because everyone is trying to one-up each other. Naturally, someone's going to blow something up. They're going to have more guards. They're going to have more advocates. It's a less clergy. I'm going to have to tweak these numbers a bit, but they're good numbers. They're good numbers when you really think about it. What kind of town is it? It's probably Lawful Neutral. Because it's a mage town. It's filled with wizards. Lawful Neutral is the god of magic. It is a metropolis because it has way too many people. Special traits will probably, yeah, I forgot. Whoops. Where would you put those? Where would I put those? I need to figure that out. I need to work on that template a bit. Let's put out the descriptor thing because I really like that. It makes for a nice little stat block to put things in. Bizzlebob. I think I have another town up here that I could steal from. Here we go. Oh, that needs to go off to the side. Oh, I went on too far. Whoops. Okay, that's enough to describe a town. Good and nice like. Okay, we have this. Then we go over to this part. I need to edit this one, actually. I need to just put this somewhere. Oh well, I'll live. This is all just for fun. So it's a metropolis. Okay, so I gotta set up these parts first. Okay. It's high density population. Gods of the Mageocracy. It's funny. Moving on. Population is one, something like that. Bada bing, bada boom. What does it look like? I guess because they don't like humans. It's like humans would be like 95%. Like they don't. Actually, elves would be a large population. Elves would be like, let's say it's 10% elves. Like there's just a lot of elves, which would mean there's a lot of half elves. Because there's just a lot of elves fucking everything. So this would go down to 80, 70, and that's 5% other. That's a nice little population spread. Oh man, I'm having so much. My intestines are just not feeling it today. Okay, back to this section. Oh, that looks really good. That looks super good. Why this doesn't spread out? Oh, it's because it's a second tier title. Okay. Less noble houses. There's around 100 noble houses, and they're all like magic oriented. The guardsmen. I want to jump it up. So there's that many people. How many guards would there be per person? Let's say at least 1,000 then. Like it's at least 1 per 100. Like they have a tight watch. How do you do it again? Do you do it like this, or do you do it like this? To me, comma will always be that. I don't know, man. I think it's comma. As long as I keep it consistent. Let's see. Where else did I do this? Did I do this? Yeah, I'm doing commas. Okay. Commas it is. I mean, it's called a decimal point for a reason. Huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks really cool, actually. That looks really nice. Ooh, that looks really spiffy. It looks really, really tight. Now, less clergymen. So we'll say it's only population like 300 clergymen. Like there's less than 1%. And it's only like 50 priests. I want to bump this number up a bit. 700 clerics and around 50 priests. And there's like 590 lawyers. There's more people to help you. Well, God, I got a contract for you. There we go. Magic galore. Corruption, I'd say that's quite low. It's not a very corrupt town. Crime is probably quite high because everyone's trying to one-up themselves. Economy is pretty good. The law is pretty good. They got a pretty strong legal system. Lore, a little... well, actually, they got the good lore. They just have really shit society. Like no one cares. They're all so self-oriented. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about what you think. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Ah, cool. That's so much better. But now this looks super funky. So let's not do that. I love it when it breaks stuff. Gildazov, the Sapphire Orb. What is the Sapphire Orb? Namesake of the city. That's a nice one. So who would be a top? Probably level 20 wizard. There's a level 20 wizard in this town. I gotta figure this all out again, because I keep forgetting how I organize my things. But that's alright. The more you try, the more you learn. Who would be the top? I guess he would be the Great Wizard. I guess they would probably take like cool names. They'd be like, I'm Wizard Armada. Yeah, of course they would. Captain Gray. So, Freyport. Oh man, I love Freyport. I never got to do anything with Freyport, but I made it, and I had fun, and I made Telic, and I had fun, but I never got to use it because the people that draw Valve decided just... I'm pissed. I'm just so pissed. So... So if you want to know what about Freyport, because I might as well just talk about this a little bit. So Freyport, I made it for I made it for a campaign. Um, Campaign didn't happen, so I was a sad boy because I made all the cool stuff. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna go on sand boats, gonna have fun in the sand. None of that happened. I was like, okay, moving on. Great Armada. I guess should be level good. Like the big one is like, I need to do this. Female elf. Actually, elf. Let's go with elf. Let's just not go for a human rule. Like she's an elf. Let's go for Wizard 19. Let's not go too far overboard. The players can still one up him in terms of raw power. How would they feel about oracles and shamans, though? I guess they would call it like unrefined magic. Yeah, because if you practice druidic magic, you're dirty. You're dirty. You sit in the mud. You can't even wear metal armor. Like these guys probably have they probably have like Twilight breastplates. They have arcane training. They have like bonus feats so that they can actually fight your ass. They got a big fuck off sword, and they're like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. They probably think mages are cool. Like the second oracle's probably always a mages. No, I want something a bit more. Matra. No, we can maybe just 6. So it got a bit of magic in it, but he's also just a straight up good fighter. He can kick your ass, but he also has spells up sleeve in case he needs them. That's nice. Let's put a bard in there because I said bards are also kind of in there as our sorcerers. So who will be the bard? Probably the second in command, like the strategic organizer. Maybe women just have more. Maybe in this place, like women have just been bred, like unintentionally have just been bred to be better mages. That'd be interesting. Like there's just a localized weak form of evolution. Like they have one more spell, but that's enough to make him like special. That'd be interesting. Let's put one more person in. No. Let's just leave it at that. Biggest inn. What would be the biggest inn? It'd probably be the biggest, poshest inn all over the place. It'd be the bee's knees, people. The bee's mother clicking knees. But what would be the bees of knees? That's a good question. Hmm. Hmm. What would be the bees of knees? Let's see if Don John can give me some inspiration. Oh, Don John, please throw me a nice inn. The lucky. Oh, I like that name. Oh, the lucky demon. And they actually have like a demon or something who like handles that. Oh, let's do the lucky devil because they're lawful. They're not gonna hang out with demons. Oh, that'd be cool. Like, he's basically planning something. That's awesome, though. So I love the idea of like people they work the long con. They work such a long con. Who the hell knows what you're doing? Oh, you're telling me to just take this rock to a house I'm going to? Okay, I'll take it there. And then turns out that years later, that rock is the one thing keeping the house from collapsing. He's like, haha! Like, wouldn't that be awesome? Like, there's just a devil who's like, hey! And he shakes your hand, he like looks over your contracts, he acts as like a perfect lawyer. And technically, he's completely honest. Like, he's just doing his job. But he asks things that in like 100 years or so are gonna win him a war. Like, in 100 years, Abaddon or some high up or some I guess not Abaddon. I think Abaddon's a demon. Like Lucifer is gonna be like, oh man, you did a great one. He's like, ah, I got him. I got those silly old humans. Hey hey hey. Man, would there be 1% No, there would not be 1% demons. Oh, I still like the idea. This is like a little nod. Like, there's 0.1% devils and they're all summoned. Because they're all wizards. Naturally, they summon a lot of devils. Why wouldn't they summon Celestials? Because Celestials are going to ask lots of questions. Devils don't. Devils are like, hey, you want something? Here's something cool. And they just take out a platter and they pull off the thing and like, ha-ha! Celestials ask questions. And also, I guess another thing is devils are more arcane. Like, devils are easier to say, well, they're arcane magic because they're devils. But with Celestials, it's easier to say, well, they work for gods. They're not their own casters. They borrow it from others. That'd be an interesting way to look at it. I like that. I like that. I like that angle. That's a good angle. Good angle. Sharp. God damn it. I think I'm gonna stop soon. I'm getting a bit dry in the mouth for one, and I don't know. I like this though. I had fun. I had fun, but I think I'm gonna do something else. I want to record something else. There's something else on the platter that I haven't looked at that I really should look at because it's something that I really want to do, and it's something I've been following on the Tumblrs. I might as well do it. So look forward to something completely different.